All social influence is structured. Emotions are inputs, responses are outputs, reactions follow strict rules. Non-response generates uncertainty. You hear the words, but they do not reach you. Selective attention rewrites hierarchy. Slowing your pace shapes perception. Allowing others to correct themselves multiplies control. Flat emotion removes leverage. Each interaction obeys the system, not the person. The system rewards calculation, not impulse. Insults, provocations, interruptions, these are tests. Your responses decide the rules. Silence enforces law. Attention sets value. Timing dictates outcome. Your framing redirects force. Your flatness nullifies leverage. Respect is not given, it is calculated. Those who act without understanding are trapped. Those who see the pattern gain control. This is silent power. It cannot be unseen. It cannot be ignored. Authority becomes inevitable.
You think control comes from speaking louder. That's the mistake. Most people lose power not because they say the wrong thing, but because they react at all. Every comment, every interruption, every test, they answer automatically. That reaction is not random, it is predictable, it follows a system. Social control works like a loop. Input, reaction, adjustment. When you react, you feed the loop. When you don't, the system stalls. Here is the part no one explains. Silence is not power. Non-response is. Silence can look weak. Non-response feels unreadable. Like pressing a button on a machine that doesn't light up, people hesitate. They don't know if you noticed. They don't know if it worked. They don't know what to do next. Uncertainty enters the room, and uncertainty forces adjustment. Sun Tzu warned that battles are decided before the first strike. This one is decided before the first word. You are not trying to dominate people. You are removing the handles they use to move you. This video is not about manipulation. It is about conditions. The conditions that make others slow down, speak carefully, correct themselves, and stop testing you. By the end, you will understand why those who control nothing emotionally control everything structurally. And once you see the system, you can't unsee it.
Trick 1. Break the reaction circuit. Most people think control begins with response. It does not. It begins with interruption. An insult appears. A provocation slips into the room. A subtle challenge is placed in front of you. You register it mentally, but you do not activate it behaviorally. No facial shift, no posture adjustment, no verbal correction. Social systems operate like circuits. Stimulus, response, feedback. You cut the circuit. Like shouting into an empty tunnel, the sound returns distorted, not confirmed. The other person waits for confirmation. They receive nothing. Confusion replaces certainty, and certainty is the foundation of dominance. But confusion alone does not establish position. It only destabilizes it. Stability comes from control over focus. Trick 2. Control the focus, control the frame. You do not acknowledge every signal. You acknowledge only aligned signals. This is not avoidance, this is hierarchy. In a discussion, someone competes for space. They raise volume, they repeat points, they push urgency. You respond only to outcomes, only to decisions, only to structure. Noise goes unanswered, value gets recognition. The room recalibrates. Like a radar that locks only on real threats, your attention becomes selective, and selection defines importance. People learn quickly. To reach you, they must elevate. To provoke you, they must fail. But focus without timing feels distant, and distance without rhythm breaks authority. So, the next mechanism governs tempo. Trick 3. Lower the speed of the environment. Pressure accelerates most people. Speed exposes instability. You do the opposite. You pause before replying. You move with intention. You let silence complete its cycle. The room follows unconsciously. Like slowing a conveyor belt, errors decrease and observation increases. Fast environments reward reaction. Slow environments reward control. You are not asserting dominance. You are redefining pace. And the one who defines pace defines outcome. But pace alone does not prevent testing. Systems always test limits. Limits are not enforced loudly. They are enforced structurally. Trick 4. Allow self-correction to do the work. A boundary is crossed. A line is tested. You do not confront. You do not explain. You pause. Most people prepare for resistance or forgiveness. They are trained for both. They are not trained for silence. Silence creates internal review. Like a driver slowing when road markers disappear, they reassess behavior, they replay tone, they adjust posture. You never accused, so defense cannot activate. They regulate themselves. This is system-level dominance, control without visible force. But this only works if one element is sealed: emotional leakage. Trick 5. Seal emotional access. Leverage requires contrast. Anger versus calm. Fear versus confidence. You remove contrast. Your emotional surface narrows, neutral, measured, unreadable. Not cold, controlled. Like a locked interface, there is nothing to press. People stop testing because testing becomes expensive. Over time, something shifts. Voices soften, challenges reduce, provocations disappear. Not because you demanded respect, but because the system found no entry point. You did not dominate people, you dominated conditions, and people can only act inside the conditions allowed to them. That is silent control.
What you've just seen are not 5 separate tricks. They are 5 controls applied to the same system. Non-responsiveness removes emotional access. Selective attention sets value. Slow tempo establishes authority. Self-correction enforces boundaries. Emotional flatness removes leverage. Together, they create an environment where manipulation cannot operate. Understand this clearly. People do not respect strength. They respect structure. Insults, provocations, and power plays are not personal attacks. They are system tests. tests of access, tests of hierarchy, tests of whether you will react or remain unmoved. Most people failed these tests without realizing it. They explain, they defend, they speed up, they leak emotion, and every leak becomes leverage. Silent control works because it gives the system nothing to push against, no reaction to exploit, no trigger to pull, no opening to enter. Over time, something shifts. People speak differently around you. They choose words more carefully. They hesitate before testing you. Not because you demanded respect, but because the system recalculated your position. This is the difference between force and influence. Force confronts. Influence reshapes conditions. And once the conditions change, behavior follows automatically. Remember this. You do not control people. You control what works around you. That is why the most powerful influence is silent.